Hello, everybody. This was a glimpse into our culture at BMW. It's all about people, power, and passion. That is what we are, and that is what we stand for. You just saw 6 short episodes about the BMW iNext, which has now become the BMW iX. This car defines a new era of mobility. All innovations are integrated into a complete system. And we have created by that a very advanced yet easy-to-use vehicle. Because technology should serve our customers and you. Technology should drive progress. And progress can overcome challenges. This is especially true for climate protection, one of our ultimate goals. Sustainability is central to everything we do. Therefore, we have transparent and science-based targets. We are lowering the CO2 footprint across the entire value chain, whether it's in the supply chain or our own production system or during the life cycle of the vehicle. Of course, the iX is born electric. It is our flagship of innovation. And now it is time to finally show you the vehicle, from the inside and the outside. And now Adrian will tell you more about it. Here we go.
So here we are behind the wheel of the BMW iX. The design phase of this project really started with thinking a lot about the interior atmosphere that we wanted to create. We were inspired by modern architecture. In fact, we wanted to create something like a loft on wheels. So something fairly reduced, cozy seating arrangement, a large flat screen, and not much more, to be honest. The vehicle itself is technologically very, very complicated and is probably the most intelligent vehicle that BMW has ever built. But it's exactly this kind of technology that has allowed us to reduce the interior design dramatically. So what we've done is we were able to reduce the amount of switches. We're not switchless, but we definitely have a lot less switches. Things like ventilation have been minimized, and the screen indeed has grown in size, is curved, and has touch functionality. We've also been able to reduce elements by combining them. This wooden surface, for example, is not just a beautiful surface, it also incorporates some micro switches. And this glass object is not just a decorative element, it is our iDrive controller, and it also holds touch functionality. So there is functions that don't immediately meet the eye. We call this shy tech. The technology is there, but not so much in your face. So it's the definite opposite of high tech. All in all, we think we have been able to create an interior that will extend your personal private space into the public domain. So now, let's have a look at the exterior. In side profile, the iX looks clean and robust, monolithic almost, like a well-rounded stone with some facets sheared off. The car has a footprint of a BMW X5, the roof height of a BMW X6, and the wheel size of an X7. So for us in design, we felt these were ideal ingredients to create a strong design character. The shape that we've managed to create is not only looking clean, it also works very well from an aerodynamic point of view. With this shape, we've managed to achieve a CX factor of 0.25, and that's a new best in this vehicle class. And when you reduce the form language to the extent that we did, all the details matter that much more. Overall, in this shape, we've managed to reduce the number of shot lines, and we've taken great care of every single detail. Things like the door handles, for example, that are completely integrated into the body side, or things like the lamps, where we've created a new and slim light signature, both front and rear, by which you will recognize this vehicle not just as a new BMW, but as the new BMW iX. So with all of this, we believe the iX is much more than a new electric vehicle from BMW i. It is showing how we intend to make mobility more sustainable, more connected, but also easier to use and definitely much more human. As a matter of fact, we believe the vehicle can become an extension of your personal living environment onto four wheels. Oliver?
We are really happy that we could show it to you today. It is our new technological blueprint for our future. And the good news is, we will begin production next year.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the car on the road.
So thank you for joining us today. And last but not least, we have another surprise for you. So stay tuned.
The iX fulfills the role of a technical pinnacle and like the top of what we could achieve today with the technologies and how we can combine them into a technical lighthouse for the BMW Group to showcase what's been our courageous way for the future within the BMW Group strategy. The most interesting thing for us from a design side, creating an iX and creating specifically this type of car for that kind of people and customers. Most interesting thing is then more the deeper meaning of how we can come up with a very modern product that is combining all these possibilities for the customer and doing the step into the new world, also bringing the whole BMW Group forward with that. That was the most interesting briefing.
Well, we created the car from the inside out, and this approach giving it very unique proportions. And the exterior is monolithic, which means that it's basically one shape. It's really soft shapes, just contrasted by sharp and precise lines to add character. And we created every detail to blend in within this sculpture. That's what makes it so bold and modern. And this goes down to the smallest technical thing, like a fuel filler flap for the water that you need. So this is also integrated in the BMW logo in the bonnet. The washing for a camera is integrated in the logo. And the door handles are completely flush. Wipers are not visible. Things like this, they're only small details, but as a sum, they make up this modern and monolithic approach. It counts for the iX as well as it does for BMW i, because it is part of our philosophy. We try to create peace of mind for the people using the products, and this is why it is reduced, it is clean, yet warm and welcoming, never overwhelming. So for us, it's kind of the first time to do this, and also we incorporated a lot of technologies, new technologies that we developed specifically for this vehicle, but also for the upcoming future cars in the portfolio. So this is why for us it's a lighthouse. It's the first time that we use those technologies, and that will spread down to the whole portfolio within the BMW Group. Accordingly, we believe in the philosophy of ShyTech, which means that technology should never overwhelm people. It should be in the background and assist them. It means it's not there when you don't want to see it, but it's always at your service as soon as you need it.
Our goal is to do a car which can be called as a new classic. It should be very modern and at the same time very memorable. So the modernness is a very important role to achieve this goal. You know, there are so many parts on the car, and when we started this project, the first thing we did is we treat them as one. Just imagine if you draw a single stroke on white paper, it will be very conspicuous. If you have more, you don't know where to look. We removed a lot of features that we would normally use for BMW cars. For example, like lines on the body side, hard edges, or very complex surface changes. In order to only focus on the most important area, to us is the kidney and lights and window graphic and of course 4 wheels.
Since we have a complete new architecture, it was important to find unconventional technical solutions to fulfill the visions of the designers. I think I'm very proud that we achieved to keep the clean design and also hide a lot of technical stuff below the skin. So we have lots of sensors hidden and cameras here and there, so that's mainly what I'm proud of. Starting in the front, we have the kidney, which is very technical but also artful. There we have radar, laser scanner, cameras, washers. Then we have the front screen with the diopter requirements. We have high precision cameras, and the screen itself has a lot of high requirements. We have the glass roof, and the antenna is hidden below the glass. And in the rear we have, for example, the rear facing camera is hidden in the emblem, and even that one can be washed by the propeller, which is moving outboard and cleaning the camera.
Human-centric design puts people into center stage. It's about what do our customers expect from us, from their vehicle, and from their idea of future mobility. It's a design that creates the car from the inside to the outside. And why do we do that? Of course, to maximize quality time for our customers, to maximize the sense of space and easy access to their digital life, and just to create a fantastic travel from A to B.
When I started the design process of the iX interior, I began with the approach of really questioning every element in this car. Does the car need this? And if it didn't, I took it out. This interior space, I designed it in a way that it's more like a very clean and taken back stage, in which you will find certain furniture-like elements which all make up a composed collection. And each of these elements is unique, but they are all recognizable as family members. All elements in the iX, even the tiniest ones, they all speak to your senses. So for example, touch, sound, even behavior, feel, all these elements, they make up a very concerted, holistic user experience. This was very important for us, and all of our efforts really revolved around this holistic experience. It was pretty much supposed to be the opposite of an automotive space. So we started looking at everything else rather than an automotive context, but more like furniture pieces, armchairs, sofas, tables, TVs, all these kind of elements. So this was really where we said, stop, we're not designing a car, but we're designing a living space.
Sustainability is in its core values of our design process, and BMW i is representing our sustainability luxury vehicle. We are extremely proud and happy that we could use wood which comes out of responsible forestry, which is actually something where you take care of the wood you harvest, which you cut, and it will be replanted again. So we are really proud that we use wood from responsible forestries.
The iX has the role of being a pinnacle, a technical lighthouse.
A courageous approach to transfer the BMW Group into the future.
The way we design the products goes a little deeper.
We created the car from the inside out.
A very focused view on what our customers want.
The exterior is monolithic.
Simple and very modern.
Every detail is designed to blend in with the sculpture.
We try to approach some sort of wow effect.
Some people even said this is not a BMW.
It's more the philosophical approach, how we want to integrate all these high-tech possibilities into a more human interaction scenario.
It is reduced, clean, yet warm and welcoming.
Just imagine if you only draw a single stroke, it will be very conspicuous. If you have more, you don't know where to look.
Yeah, we did try out different ways of thinking like a startup.
Think big.
Bold.
20 people, freaky ideas.
We start from scratch.
Fail quick, learn fast.
It is like regaining the feeling of having just graduated. Draw what I think without boundaries.
To pioneer themes and questions that will come up.
The iX takes the iFleet a big step forward. It is a pathfinder.
I don't believe that emotions will disappear in the future. We don't stop to love, we don't stop to hate. And we will use all these new technologies in a healthy and meaningful way. The future will be bright and positive. Let's go inside.
We try to create a design where we start from the customer and we develop the car from the inside to the outside. Human-centric design puts people into center stage.
When I started the design process of the iX interior, I began with the approach of really questioning every element in this car and really asking myself, does the car need this? And if it didn't, I took it out.
Perfect Space on Wheels is inviting, it's inspiring, and it's relaxing at the same time. It's a space that invites you to come in, to bring your friends, bring your family, a space that is open, that is light-flooded and very airy.
Everything was more like, okay, how you feel more comfortable inside the car.
A place that is uplifting and cozy at the same time.
Especially in the interior, we really started with the approach of designing everything more like a living room interior. Armchairs, sofas, tables. We're not designing a car, but we're designing a living space.
A truly purpose-built architecture.
We didn't just settle for making a pretty-looking car, and throughout the process, all of our disciplines, they really merged.
We basically reinvented the company regarding processes.
For me, the future of mobility is very cozy, welcoming, and feels like a second home.
We do have a lot of responsibility and taking care of resources which we use since we are strongly connected to our environment. We were able to use recycled materials and develop them into the highest level of luxury.
I think we have to give back. We have to make sure that we leave a little footprint behind for the next generations.
Sustainability is not only a buzzword, it's an attitude.
Let's make the future bright, positive, and simple.